don't know how all this works, but if like I've been at battery for like all these people to like live really like whatever fancy or rich lives, and like if it all belongs to me, I'll share. If I could like just I don't even know. Like I can't make people be sorry. I can't want it for them. I can't, but I would if I could. I was walking back and there was this branch. I don't know what kind of tree it's from. It's kind of pretty, but it was laying like this with the left side, I mean, the lights, like this light almost half dead, half dried looking. And then I walked past it and I felt like a spirit said, go get that. Because I did say like it was pretty, and I thought of trying to strip the leaves off the way you would kale. The other side is more like alive. I guess this side's just been being hit by the sun. But anyway, so I started like trying to strip the little leaves off the way you would, strip like kale, and it wasn't coming, and I was like, thought of just throwing them up. And so probably some people saw me doing that on the side of the road, and I don't really care what anyone thinks about what I look like or what I seem like, but I was like, it just kind of looks like half dead, half alive. And I was just thinking about, I don't know how many percentage wise this is, if it's a third or if it's half of humanity that have become vampires, but if there would be a way. And I was in the rain, I was crying, and I was saying to the spirit realm, like, if there's a way any of them would want to like be free from it, is it possible? Because I would want it, I wish it. And I think the answer is anything's possible. I know I can change the weather. I know, I've known that since a child. I know that there's something about like what I feel being like affecting the grid, like other people feel what I feel. So like I can make things better or worse. But I also know that each of us have free will. I feel like free will is being somewhat stamped out when people are molested into this lifestyle of being a vampire. When you're a young child and your parents start molesting you to like groom you into this, or your siblings, because incest is a great part of it as well. And then when you get your little children drinking blood and get them on that addictive feeling so early in life, it seems almost like taking away free will. And then those are just the ones that grow up and they just repeat. And sometimes in lesser ways, like I know I've made excuses in life for things that weren't right, because like we just justify means. But this is an extreme of justifying like massacring people just so you can have a good feeling, or just so you can feel good about yourself, just so you can feel secure when you've actually done no shadow work and haven't taken a good hard honest look at yourself. If there's a way for anybody who's taken part in this to like want to be free from it, and want to like I can't want it for you, but I do. I would. Whoever I would think would be my worst enemy, like Dale Miller or Tracy or Terry or whatever his name is, like, I would want it that you would be able. And part of me doesn't think. A lot of people won't want it, but do any of you want to, like, not be heartless? And as I was walking back, I was like, on myself, just instead of, lately sometimes I just feel like it's been so hard, like, being stalked constantly, that I'm just like very guarded, and I'm like, found myself saying like, fuck you, motherfucker, and just talking in a way that I honestly never really would talk, but I just felt like instead I was just like sad and smiling, and like, I don't hate y'all, even y'all that are hunting me. I feel like this is just an awful thing, and yet those of you who are doing it are justifying the means for that high. It's like far worse than being addicted to crack or something. And I've only had a few puffs of weed. I've never done anything like, well, I guess I've done fentanyl unwillingly, excuse me, but it's like finding out that Earth has like a huge, like, imagine finding out half the world is addicted to crack. Like, that would be wild, right? Like, this is worse than that. Maybe I just would hope, and maybe many people will laugh at me, and I don't care if you do, but I was somewhat grounding. I had my shoes off, and I was definitely very I was meditating and crying and speaking to the spirits, and like, maybe I can affect some of you. Maybe you, through the grid, like, my care means something. I don't know. Like my own children, like, but not just my own children, anybody. Like, you're not really loving anybody. You're not loving yourself. You're not loving your children. You're not loving anybody, really. It's like the absence of love. Without love, you can have all the things in the world, but what does it really mean? And I'm not trying to be like cliche-ish. I mean it. Like, what does it really count for? You're just putting on a persona, and you're just a fraud. Everything is just, everything is just a veil, just a illusion. That's a really unfortunate way to live life, I think. I'd rather have nothing and have love. And I don't have nothing. I have some things. I mean, I like clothes and stuff like that, but I love my kids way more. I don't have nothing, but I don't have a whole lot right now. But I have love, probably more than maybe more than a lot of people who have the things, the house, and the, I don't know, I can't, I, finding out how many people do this, it's like even the marriages that look like loving marriages, they're not really. They're not really. And these orgies and stuff, like, I don't care what anyone tries to say of like, oh, it's fine to just anything. You can have 10 partners and be whatever. No, I don't believe that, you know? But when you're having these wild sex orgies and then you're slaughtering people and you're drinking blood and you're whacking off limbs and you're having sex with children and you're just, or you're raping people, like, it's like, what, you have a mansion, fancy cars. I just saw a ton of fancy cars on the road. Like, I mean, I've never even owned a new car, and I haven't really owned a car. The vehicles were in his name only. Little me, not little, but you know, naive me, just never really even thought about it. I don't know if any of you would like want to come back from this and would have any even slight remorse or desire to, just like a crack fiend who would genuinely want to be rid of that addiction. Like, it doesn't mean they can just flip a switch and just like, okay, I'm clean. So like, but even just to say like, yes, like I can see that this is wrong. I can see like slaughtering lives just for other people's lives to appear to be better is wrong. Like, that would be a good first step. I would want that for anybody. Like, gosh, I would want that for myself. If I had given in to those, if you want to say temptations, but it wasn't me, it was something else. It was something I was fighting. And I did not want to molest my children, but there was suicide and molesting the children were things that I was being bombarded with. And I never would have guessed that people were like actively like doing witchcraft over me and desiring me to do those things. I guess initiate me into this group that my family has been a part of. If I had given if I had given in to suicide, I wouldn't be here, I guess. But if I had given into doing something like that, or somehow been, you know, one of these people that did drink the blood and got addicted, like, the me who isn't addicted would want the me who is addicted to be able to get free from it. If there's anybody who would want that for themselves, is what I'm talking about. Anything is possible. Anything's possible.